Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of The Interview.
Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make 'em go, You're gonna leave 'em all in
As you can see, I'm sporting the shirt that I got at my advanced screening. It says haters gonna hate, haters gonna ain't. Really, this is a video for a movie that many of you won't get the chance to see. But I'm here to tell you why you shouldn't be sad that you won't get to see it. So I'm not going to do my normal formula. I'm kind of just going to talk about the movie and talk a little bit about this Sony scandal that has happened because it's unavoidable when you're speaking about The Interview. So if you haven't heard yet, you must be living under a rock because it's been all over the news. Sony's been hacked and it's all been over The Interview. They've released movies online, these hackers have. Sony's property has been, given out to the masses online. And then these emails just keep coming and keep coming, bashing celebrities. They've been racist, they've been sexist. I'll talk more about those in a video that's coming up right before the new year hits. But finally, the hacker said, listen, we're gonna have 9/11 style terrorist attacks on movie theaters that are showing The Interview. So, the theater chains like AMC and Regal and Cinemark all responded by saying, it's in our best interest, it's in our patrons' best interest, we're not going to show The Interview. Thank you, Sony. Bye. So Sony obviously responded with, we're just not going to release it, period. So, that's the scandal surrounding The Interview with the hackers. And the whole reason is that The Interview is about assassinating North Korea's leader, Kim Jong-un. So for me, it's kind of a no-brainer. Of course, North Korea is not going to be pleased about the film. And I kind of equate it to, would we be pleased if other countries were making movies about assassinating our president of the United States? Whether you agree with his politics or whether you don't agree with his politics, we just don't take kindly to hearing people wanting to assassinate our leader. Now, I know the leader of the United States right now and the leader of North Korea are very different. And there are many criticisms about Kim Jong-un and, most everyone would agree that he is not the best leader and is doing some pretty terrible stuff to his own citizens over in North Korea. And we do have a freedom to make art and create art. Personally, I just think it was an ill-advised decision by Sony to make this movie in the first place. It just sounds like a bad idea. They should have stayed away. And now they are, unfortunately for them, reaping the consequences of deciding to proceed with such a terrible idea. So, luckily for you, Sony has decided to pull the movie. And the reason is because if you had planned to see it, they've just saved you some money. Because the movie was dreadful. A big problem The Interview had was it didn't know what tone it wanted to take. Is this a smart satire? No. But at some points you could definitely tell it wanted to be. Underneath, there were messages that wanted to come up. They wanted to spoof America. They wanted to say something intelligent about media, about politics, about how the U.S. follows things and how easily our media is manipulated. How easily then in return we are manipulated by the media. It just all is about, media politics and manipulation. It's there. It's ripe for some juicy, amazing commentary. Unfortunately, no one involved is smart enough to make that movie, and instead we're given The Interview. It's just dumb. I mean, the whole movie is just so dumb. There's no laughs. Like, I laughed 3 times throughout the entire screening, and it wasn't just me this time, because a lot of times I think I'm just a curmudgeon and I don't find stuff funny, and everybody else thinks it's hilarious. No! Like, the general consensus as we all walked out of the screening, in college-age students, mind you, was just very meh. I think an educated audience isn't going to find this movie funny at all. They're going to think it's ridiculous and stupid and understand that it's not as smart as it wants to be. It doesn't really reach an intellectual level that it ultimately, I think, wanted to get to. And if you find yourself falling into little pitfalls of, is this a smart comedy or is this just plain stupid? Look at the kind of jokes they fall back on. And this one falls back on very stupid gags time and time again. And that's pretty much a surefire sign that, hey, they need to cover up that, one, this movie's not very funny, so we need to fall back on stuff that will get cheap, easy laughs. And two, we have no integrity in the project. So a movie that is really smart, a movie that is, taking itself seriously, even if it is a spoof or a satire, they're not going to fall back on cheap laughs because they know that they're making something smarter than that. I will give Seth Rogen a little bit of a pass because I think he does his usual Seth Rogen thing. Nothing is overly offensive from him to me. He just is there doing his usual thing. This is nowhere near the level of Neighbors from him earlier this year. But, But James Franco is dreadful. Just dreadful. And sometimes I forget that James Franco overacts so much in everything. Like, Oz the Great and Powerful was full of overacting performances, including from, Mila Kunis, but he overacted her as well. And in this movie, he is just really, really overacting. And again, I think he thinks it's part of his character, what he needs to do to make this point that he's trying to make about stupid media heads, but it's just terrible, and you're just watching it like, wow, he looks so ridiculous throughout the entire film. And I think he really cheapened the entire movie as one of our main characters. And then, with James Franco and Seth Rogen, I don't know how to take their, constant gay comedy. They continue with it and continue with it and continue with it. And the reason I don't know how to take it is because James Franco has done a lot outside of this to just show support for the gay community and to show that, he's not homophobic, those aren't his intentions, and that, he is an advocate. So overall, I see him as kind of an advocate and an ally to the GLBTQ community. But then I see movies like this, and it just is so ridiculous. Like it's gay joke after gay joke after gay joke, and they're not good gay jokes. Again, it becomes rudimentary with sticking stuff up your butt and, nonsense. And, this weird gay romance and all of this. I'm just like, okay, if you want to actually do it, do it. Make the two characters gay. Don't sit here and make this weird gay romance. That's what I'm waiting for now. We see it in 22 Jump Street. We see it in all these movies, this, weird gay, we're just actually best friends, but, we have this weird gay connection. Stop it. I'm sick of Hollywood making these kind of things. If you're going to do it, do it. Make the characters gay. Go for it. And they haven't done it yet, and I'm sick of seeing it just like this weird joke. It's pushed in your face really hardcore throughout this entire movie, even with Kim Jong-un. It's just a whole gay subtext is put into this film, and I didn't really appreciate it. I don't think it was coming from an intelligent place. I don't think it was coming to make a message. I think it was just put in there, and it was stupid, and it ultimately came off homophobic to me, and it was just another reason I didn't like the movie. But the ultimate sin, as a comedy, you can be somewhat offensive, and you can not be smart. You can be pretty stupid, but the ultimate offense of a comedy is to not be funny, and this just wasn't funny. People didn't laugh. There were a couple chuckles, a couple little laughs, but overall, you're just rolling your eyes and you're bored. It was awkward, it was bored, the editing was weird. I did see it at the beginning of December, so I'm wondering if they screened an unfinished copy, because if that was the end product that I saw, it was just edited so terribly. And the comedic timing of the editing was so terrible. There were several parts in the movie that could have been really funny. They had just dragged it out a little bit longer, or if they had just shortened it a little bit. There was no editing done with actual comedy timing in mind. And that's just so weird to me when you think of, James Franco and Seth Rogen. They're funny. And here, they don't know what comedic timing is, apparently. And it was evident. So overall, the interview I thought was terrible. I would say don't see it. Even if Sony decides, hey, April Fools, this was all just one big marketing scam, and now it's the most need-to-see movie of the century. Don't do it. Don't buy into the tricks. This movie is Really terrible. Don't even waste your money at Redbox if they decide to, stream it video on demand or release it to Redbox. If it's for free on your Netflix, go ahead. Let your curiosity be fulfilled. Because I really thought the movie was terrible. That's been my review of The Interview. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, go ahead, click like down below. And subscribe to the channel while you're at it so you're always up to date on our latest videos. Also, go ahead, join the conversation. Were you excited to see The Interview? What are your thoughts on this whole Sony hack scandal, the emails, the releasing of the videos down to this terrorist attack? Do you think Sony was right for pulling the movie from theaters? Let me know in the comments or hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!